Okay, so let's do the bumper here. Everybody on Instagram, you're not going to be able to hear other stuff, but I think you can hear me. So we'll just see how this goes. If I mess up, just, bear with me here. I think it's, what do we got here?
W2H Rut Club Radio.
All right, this is Rut Club Radio. Today is September 8th. You can hear me, so we'll see how this goes. If I mute that there. September 8th, 2020. We are getting like this close to like the bow opener. I know some states have already opened. I'm here in Wisconsin. Our state opens up for bow archery on the 12th. That's Saturday, which is also my daughter's 3-year-old birthday, and her party's on Sunday. So I will not be out this weekend, which is totally cool. I'm assuming the bugs are going to be terrible anyways, and I hate mosquitoes, so F all that noise. But I want to be out there, and I wish everybody else that's going to be out good luck. For those that don't know, Rut Club Radio goes live every Tuesday at 5:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. I did pull the trigger a little early today. I'm also trying out Instagram to see how that'll work. I'm out of Wisconsin. I'm in between... Where am I? I'm in Oconomowoc, so I'm in between Madison and Milwaukee. Sorry, I'm running two platforms. So I got Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and Twitter. So Instagram's its own little unique thing, so it's just separate on my phone. So if someone calls in, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to hear me. In fact, that just reminds me, I didn't actually start the call-in. So if you're trying to call in, it's not going to work. Bear with me while I get that all figured out here. Real quick. I always forget something. That's how it goes. So, hold on here while I get this studio thing going. You can hear all my stupid gibberish here real quick.
Thank you for calling Call-In Studios host and call screener line. Please enter your 6-digit PIN number. Welcome, host. You are now in the host room and can manage your callers from the Call-In Studio web interface.
So have you just heard all that recording stuff?
Recording is on. Dual channel.
Okay. Thanks, robot guy. You can call in to the show now. So sorry about that. I should have had that number going, but I guess I'm actually still on time. It's 5:45. I'll try to read some comments on Instagram here. And if you want to call in to report on some Rut activity, the number is live. We're hot. Phone lines are open. I'll put a comment here on Instagram too. Phone line is 262-757-4122. We will take your calls. So if you've never called into Rut Club Radio, obviously now is too early to report like actual Rut activity, but you can share sightings, what you're doing to prep, or stories from last year, whatever floats your boat. We'll be switching to bourbon when we start recording our 7 o'clock show tonight. But in the meantime, I'm drinking this, put it in front of both cameras here, Summit Oktoberfest, which is pretty tasty. I'm drinking out of my fancy Eat Venison koozie. You guys have a great product. So, and also, if you don't know, if you don't call in, I just sit here and talk to myself, which is pretty stupid. So I would say if you want to end mine and your suffering, call into the show, and then you will all be happier. And if you prank me, I'll put you on the registered sex offender list, so don't do that. I might not actually do that, but I might. Like, don't test it. Or I'll just stick you onto the audience here. After missing a cow early in Utah, I got another opportunity on a spike and made it count. Send it outdoors. That's right. You shared your shot of the week with us last week. That's awesome. 8 yards frontal shot. Dude, so you got meat in your freezer, some elk meat. That's awesome. Super happy for you. And where were you at again? Utah, that's right. I'll be in Utah in 3 weeks for a wedding. I'm sure it'll be very pretty, but I won't be hunting. And then Greg and I, Greg will be here for the actual show at 7 o'clock. This is just the fun Rut Club Radio where I just shoot the shit with everybody here. But Greg and I are planning, sounds like Colorado elk hunt. We got a lot of planning to do. I keep saying we're planning. We haven't done shit other than rule out Wyoming so far. So we still got to figure out like our gear, our attire, like the the layers, the tag, the time of year, the place to stay, all of it, like the unit. We haven't done shit. So if anybody wants to help us plan elk hunt, love to hear from you. It'll be full DIY though. We're not going to hire a guide or an outfit or anything like that. We're just going to do it and see how it goes. We're going to send it. So no calls yet, folks. The phone line is open. 262-757-4122. Give us a ring, and by us I mean me. And let's hear what you got going on for the season here. In the North Woods of Wisconsin, not on a hot food source yet, so plan hunting both mornings this weekend by bedding. Nice, Paul. That's good to hear. Yeah, not going to Colorado this week, that's for sure. We're not doing our trip till 2021, so it's going to be a little bit. Go to Idaho Unit 76 over the counter. Okay, that's good to know. I will look into that. Let me screenshot that because I will forget. In fact, Send Outdoors, if you can send me a message, that'd be fantastic. I might have just... Oh, yeah. Okay, that worked. Cool. Outdoor Drive. I know you called in last week, Trev, so I don't expect you to keep calling it every week. Although I love to hear from you, so, like, last week, I think when you called, I was only slightly distracted with some technical drama that I was having on my computer screen that I just silently tried to deal with. Also, I guess I didn't say this yet, but Rut Club Radio is brought to you by Heated Hunts. So this thing that I'm holding right here is a Heated Hunt scent dispenser. You take this little wick. If I can find my hands here. It's probably going to stick like this. Oh, yeah. That's smelly there. It's the used one. You spray it down with whatever scent you got. Spray that wick, right? Close it up. And then there's batteries in this thing. You hit this little button here. It'll turn red if you got good batteries. And it'll heat up the scent. So whether that's, whatever estrus or dominant buck or whatever you're using to spray in this thing, that's how it works. They also have some cover scents, corn, dirt, all that stuff. So they have a lot of synthetic blends, but you can use whatever you have. And if you want to head over to their site, it's heatedhunts.com, and you can enter in code WHERE, the number 2, the word hunt, for 10% off. Or if you call into the show, you'll be entered into a drawing to win some of their stuff at the end of the month. So that's how that works. And there's not been very many calls, so if you do call in, your odds are pretty good. What's up, Chasing Public? Howdy. Full draw. We'll see you in a little bit. About an hour, actually, from now on the dot. Smackdown Outdoors. What up, Doug? So we got some activity on Facebook. We got some stuff going on Instagram. No calls yet, though, folks. Who wants to go first? Who wants to take out their phone and dial the number 262-757-4122? 757.4122. I'll just put it back in the comments here. I'll put it over here on the Facebook as well. 262.757. One of the few numbers I actually have memorized now. Still at work. All good. My day just ended a little bit ago, so here I am doing this work. I went from one right to the next. Came down, took a couple bites of some chicken breast that was in the fridge, cracked a beer, and sat down. Likes the OKS Hunter stuff, by the way. We got hoodies. We got hoodies on OKSHunter.com. They sponsor the Where to Hunt podcast. Also, if you like this hat, which not many people do like this hat, they say it's too gangster, but I don't know. I have a lot of hats, so I don't really care. Yeah, you're about to record, Doug. That's right. You and I got the same night of the week. Great minds think alike, buddy. And the Vitals, they go live on Tuesdays also. So Tuesday's like the day of the week where you're sure as shit not going to do something like this on a Monday. And then, Friday's not going to happen. Thursday's like Thirsty Thursday. Maybe Thursday could work. I wouldn't be opposed to moving it there. Wednesday, maybe. But there's a lot of stuff happening every day of the week. Especially raising kids and all that jazz. Who is going to call? When you call, I'll play this fun bumper. We'll do that. Maybe I should play that. Well, like you guys on Instagram, you can't hear me doing all that stuff. So that's sad. That's sad for Instagram. Not against Stray Cast on Wednesday. Stray Cast. I like that. Yeah, Doug, maybe you and I should talk a little bit more about how you should go into Instagram. I am using Yellow Duck, but not today. I'm not doing that right now because it gets the frame all wrong. It's all, vertical. So I can't do like Instagram and everything else and have it look the same. So I know you've like picked a couple, like you pick Instagram or you pick Facebook and that's your go-to. I use everything through Restream, which they so happily call out every time I do a post. It says from Restream. I don't know why they do that. I'm paying them. I don't need them to do that. And it's too big of a pain to go in and edit it real time because then I get all distracted. Massive windstorm in northern Utah. State of emergency. No shit. What? Well, my wife should probably call her friend. I'll have to text her that because we're going to be down there in a little bit. 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Sounds good, Doug. I'll reach out to you, dude. We'll talk soon. Eastern Back County, what's up? Who wants to call in and talk about what they're doing this season so far, what their beginning of the season is going to look like? When you're taking your vacation, 1,000 degrees here. It's fucking diverse as hell. In Wisconsin, like nothing's happening here, right? It's just kind of rainy and dreary now, which is really nice. And it's hot in Kentucky. It's windy in Utah. It's fucking forest fires in California. Like it is just, it's snowing in Colorado, I think. In Wyoming, it snowed. It's just weird, weird, weird. It's like the Jumanji of 2020. Deers and Beers, you guys want to call in? The phone lines are hot. We are open. Phone lines are open. I know you guys are drinking beer. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's definitely over 5. You guys are in Michigan. It's 6 o'clock there. It's almost 7 o'clock. Shit. Can I like at people to call them out? I got a buddy over in Michigan. He should freaking call in. It won't tag while I'm in this, will it? Damn it. No, it won't. That's a shame. And this is my phone, so I can't like close this and text people. So this is it. Like I can't bother people. I don't see any calls in queue yet. I'll just keep sitting here talking to myself. By the way, I did some scouting over the weekend with Greg. We hunted or scouted some public land and found like a really good highway corridor where there's a lot of traveling. I think it'd be great for early season eater doe. We'll fill the freezer with some venison. And then, which reminds me, I didn't call the company that I have to buy a freezer from. Damn it. Late season, it might be good for some cruising bucks, sniffing out some doe bedding. That cold beer looks so damn good right now. What's up, Whitetail Kings? Yeah, fuck, that sucks. I'm like wearing a hoodie. I'd probably make you look hot. Or like, you know, I'd make you... I think you know what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying anything weird. I'm just saying. If I saw someone wearing a hoodie in heat... This is like coming out wrong in every attempt. My brain is just done. It's done. I don't know how I'm going to do a whole podcast tonight. Greg will have to bail me out. All I was trying to say is if I saw someone wearing a sweatshirt and I was in 100-degree weather, I would feel sweaty and hot. Okay, there we go. I'll give you guys a call one day, can't tonight. Damn it, Deers and Beers. Come on. Sons of bitches. I'm just kidding. We love you guys. Yeah, I goofed that whole thing up, didn't I? I mean, if you guys want to hear me stop talking to myself, just pick up the phone. I don't know what everyone's doing that they can't talk. Like, what's everyone doing? Working? Probably raising kids. But there's like, somebody should be not busy. We're not that special. This podcast ain't like that cool. No one's too cool for the Where to Hunt podcast. I'll tell you that right now, including myself. We keep things okay here. It's the okayest podcast in the Midwest. It says so right on our freaking logo. And the shirt that I'm wearing. Who's heard of the podcast, by the way? I mean, like, I don't know. I know sometimes we go live on Instagram and it's like, I've never heard of some of the people on here. Kids, yeah. That's why you got to get one of those wives that like, you know, ride or die. My wife's taking care of both kids. She's also going to kill me one day if my kids don't kill her first. We'll see how it goes. I'll send an SOS out at some point. You guys can help me. I'll just play this bumper again, I guess.
W2H Rut Club Radio.
I just don't get sick of it. It's so cool. I think it's like the coolest thing ever. I don't think Instagram can hear the bumpers. You guys can't hear that sound. I'm pretty positive you can't. Because I've tried before and everyone's like, I can't hear the caller or anything. Anyway, Greg and I scouted some public land in our neck of the woods here. And it sounds like we might take a canoe out and try some water access, which he's got a canoe. I have a canoe. His is heavier than mine, so we might use mine. And it would be perfect setup to get to a great spot on a west wind, which everybody not accessing by a canoe on a west wind would not fare well. So it would put us in a pretty strong position. And if there are people accessing it not on a canoe on a west wind, we'd be really, really good in terms of like knowing what the deer are going to do among that type of hunting pressure. So I think that'd be, no matter what, it's going to be a ton of fun. Wake up. Pennsylvania boys are going to make it this Tuesday. That's right. That's right. We got, like an hour, a little less than an hour. 50 minutes. 50 minutes. I'll just keep shooting the shit here for a little bit. I got about 15, 20 minutes before I cut this thing. If I get no calls, I mean, man, you guys, at least if you're the caller, you're going to win a heated hunt product. I mean, come on. Connecticut, I think that's what CT stands for. 7 days. Part of Pennsylvania. We'll find out later. There's a lot of hunters in Pennsylvania. I mean, we got a lot of people on the East Coast that use our Where to Hunt app and listen to the Where to Hunt podcast. And by the way, I don't know if you guys knew this, but Where to Hunt is also an app. So we're just about to add a couple more servers to our dev stack so we can handle the bandwidth and users. So that's pretty cool and exciting. I guess it's more expensive, but it's worth it for people to know where other hunters are. That's kind of the whole shtick there. Although, some people tell me, don't use the app, don't give away your spot. As long as it's my spot, I'll give it away. If it's someone else's, I won't do that. I can't wait to switch to bourbon. This beer is good, but the bourbon's just better. Or scotch. I think I'm out of scotch. I have a little bit of scotch left. I have Lafroig or something, which is super, super peaty. It's like, too much actually. So we got a couple folks on Facebook, a bunch of folks not a bunch, a couple. So in totality, we have like 8 listeners right now. The phone line is open. If you want to call in to talk about your upcoming season, we would love to chat with you. And last week we had 2 callers. We had Preston call in from Florida and Trev call in from, I think it's Pennsylvania or Connecticut. I think it's Connecticut. And I don't know if we have anybody watching on YouTube or Twitter. We usually don't, yeah. Nobody on YouTube, nobody on Twitter. Shocker. I guess people still use Twitter, though. Like, it's like a thing. People are definitely on there. Getting tired talking to myself here, folks. I don't have, like, a lot of good hunting tips other than I'm pretty dialed in. Shooting an HHA Tetra single pin sight, and I like it a lot. I'm not even a gear guy, but it makes things very easy for me as the okayest hunter. And then I'm shooting, what are they called? I just got these broadheads last week from an archery shop, a local archery shop, Whale Tails in Dousman. They're the QAD, CAD, however you say that. Field tip accuracy. So I did throw a couple on, lobbed a couple arrows down range, and nothing really changed, which was great. So I didn't have to recalibrate anything. So I'm on point there. I am good up to 6 yards. I don't think I would never take a 6-yard shot at a deer, but I would definitely take a 20 and I would have to really consider a 30-yard shot to feel comfortable. But I'm good up to that point. I need to get my hunting clothes figured out. I have not spent a lot of money on like the fancy stuff that would be good for like the heat, the early season, like some of the First Light stuff. I don't have that. I just have a lot of cheap shit still, which is fine, but I don't have a lot of like good wicking layers to stay cool. So I end up just being a sweaty mess. I'll have to bring like extra layers with me or whatever. I do have a scent crusher bag. They don't sponsor me or anything like that. I'm not that cool, but I won it or whatever. I got it for free, and I don't know that I would have spent the $250 on this duffel bag. However, I treat it like a washing machine more than anything. I throw my clothes in there and it cleans them, which is pretty cool. It gives me a few more hunts. Because honestly, after a hunt, like I come home and the kids like, grab onto me, and next thing you know, like there's already laundry in the washing machine. I don't know where my, scent proof stuff, whatever. There's a lot of reasons to not do laundry. So by using the scent crusher thing, I actually get a couple more hunts because I just toss it in the bag, hit the button, it ozones it, and it's all comes out smelling like nothing. Or it smells like ozone, I guess, like a rainy day, which is cool. So I got to throw some clothes into that thing and zap it or whatever it is, crush it, which would be cool. Short of that, I got my stuff pretty much set up. There's not much else to do. I'm like dialed in. I have, I'm rocking the gum leaf boots. I'm really excited about those. I got the field wellies, which are good for early season. I got the Royal Zips, which are for a little bit later into the fall. And then outside of that, like I got a different pair of boots for like the super cold temps that, aren't the rubber boots, because they're just not going to hold up in super cold temps beyond end of November, early December, late season stuff. What's up, Mr. Elkman? So you jump in there. Who else is here? Brian McLean. What did I say? The Lure Man. Sorry, it's hard to read. I don't want to get all close and get my face in the screen and all that stuff. Phone lines are still open for another 10 or 15 minutes. If you want to call in, you're going to enter in for a chance to win some heated hunt stuff. Also, you get to talk to me and put me out of my misery. For fuck's sake, someone call. So hard to sit here and talk by myself. Scotty Whitetails, Greg Tubbs. You're probably driving here. Who wants to call? Phone lines are open, and by phone lines, I mean singular. We have a phone line, and it is open. I will answer your call. Give me a call. For the love of Pete. I guess I can tell like a dad joke. So, let's see here. If you've heard this joke before, don't ruin it, Greg, because I know you're listening now. What did Batman say to Robin to get him out of the car? Give up? Nah, give up. Let me see some guesses come through in the comments. Get out of the car, Robin. That's what he said. That's it. You overthought it. Scotty Whitetails, it's not going anywhere. It's definitely too soon for the rut. But, I went and did actually the other thing I did too is I took my camera, my DSLR that I got, and I went to some bean fields nearby in my neck of the woods where I knew there'd be some deer, and I snuck in using the wind to my advantage. Luckily, it just happened to be in my favor because I wouldn't have been able to access it otherwise. And I got some good shots of some deer. It was really fun. It was just some does, but there was a single buck in the field, and I kept getting glimpses of his antlers poking through. There's like a bit of a slope, so like I was down slope and then it came up and then back down again. So he was probably my height, but hidden by a hill, so I could only see his antlers. And every time I wanted to take a picture, like you duck or something would move, I just couldn't get it. So yeah, it is a rough crowd, Josh. Thank you. All good, man. So I did get him on his way out of the field when I decided to, I had to make it back to the car because I told my wife I'd be back by 7 o'clock or whatever. And the doe got really close to me, though. They got super close. They were very curious if they could see me. I wasn't silhouetted, though. I had some good backdrop for cover, and they couldn't smell me. So they could see me a little bit, but they couldn't figure it out. So they were getting really curious. And I got some shots of them. I think they're 15 yards from me. I mean, honestly, if I had my bow with me, I'd have a full freezer right now of a doe, at least one. But it was cool. It was really actually quite a rush to just get out there and get that close and shoot some shots, shoot some shots of them with the camera. It was kind of fun. I've never done that before that way. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I wish I had a higher, a lens with more zoom on it. I could have sat back further and they wouldn't have suspected anything, and I could have got that buck on camera. But, I'm just learning and starting out, so I don't have a lot of money to go buy. Like the lens I think I want is like over $1,000 or something just for the fucking lens. It's crazy. I mean, the camera itself didn't even cost that much, so I get it. It's all in the equipment, right? Hunter Sense TV, hello. Who wants to call in and shoot the shit for a little bit? I got, I'll pull the plug at, if I don't get a call, I'll pull the plug at 6:15. If I do, I'll string it out to 6:30. So the phone number is in the comments. What up? You can call in and let's shoot the breeze here. Tell me what you're doing for the season. If you're seeing anything, if you got eyes on bucks, are you targeting anything specific, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So far, no calls in. I'm just sitting here boring the shit out of everybody, telling weird dad jokes, although I've only told one dad joke so far. This isn't a dad joke, but it is a joke. It's not great. I'll tell it. It's weird because it's like there's no haptic feedback. So like I'll tell you, and you're gonna sit there, and I won't know if you said okay. The joke is, how does a Scotsman find sheep in tall grass? Give up, huh? Very satisfying. That's how. Get it? Because they wear like a kiltie. It's funny. It's kind of funny. I used to have a lot more jokes. It's a good thing about deer camp. I got like my buddy Joel has like he knows every joke. My granny tells a lot of the same jokes every year, so I've heard them all. But you think I'd remember them, but I don't. Actually, most of them are pretty vulgar, so I can't like share them. What happens at deer camp stays at deer camp, and what jokes get said at deer camp typically don't leave deer camp because they're pretty offensive. But that's deer camp, it's like a safe place. A safe place to tell really dirty jokes and drink lots of beer. All right, I got 6 more minutes here before I close it up. I'll also probably go live later on tonight to get a shot of the week. So if you want to see me talk to myself again, I'll be live after the show trying to get a shot of the week. So that'll be fun. We have the Ware Hunt Podcast live on Tuesdays at 7 o'clock Central Standard. We have the Rut Club Radio, which we're doing right now. We have Shot of the Week, which is like a story of someone taking a shot at a deer. All this stuff gets baked into the podcast. We have Most Memorable Hunts, and we have Tactic Talk. So there's like a number of things that we're doing to try to make our show cool, entertaining, informative, educational, all that good stuff. Send Outdoors, I think you're waving goodbye because I know you're already on here before, so I'm assuming that's a goodbye. I don't blame you for leaving. I'm sitting here talking to myself. We got a couple more folks on Facebook here, so if anybody wants to call in, I'll take a call. Thank you for loving the OKS Hunter. It's the reels. Have you guys seen the reels on OKS Hunter? Because that's kind of like my little baby. I got a buddy that helps manage that whole thing with me, and we just. Whoever posts, but I've been doing a lot with the reels and putting out some funny videos. So I thought, I enjoy those. I enjoy doing them and never pass. That's fucking right. Never pass on making memories of the field. Never pass on what makes you happy or whatever gets your piss hot. Josh said, well, I have to not run any cameras this year and go back to the basics. Nice. Just lots of glassing and focus on bedding in the public marshes. Awesome. That's your plan this year and hope for the best. Some bone. Hope for the best for some bone. Got it. Yeah, Greg runs trail cams, so I've been piggybacking off of him. He's sharing some spots with me, so that's pretty neat. It's been exciting to see trail cams. I've traditionally never hunted them before. I've never hunted with trail cams before, traditionally, I should say. I've glassed quite a bit, but it's just different once the season starts. Like, you can glass a bean field all day long, but once we're into mid-September, early October, et cetera, like they're just not there. It's not where they're going. And a lot of times it's at night. I don't know. It's fun to see them though. I love it. Hunter Sense TV. Cool. I'm glad you found it. It's interesting. I found Players Hunter a few months ago. Nice. I thought I saw something else here. I don't know. No calls yet, but we do got the phone lines open. Trying some baiting this year for elk in the high country. It doesn't work very well. Interesting. Yeah, I know nothing about elk hunting yet, other than what I've learned on the podcast. We've had Elk Bros on a couple of times. We've had a few other people on with elk hunting. We did a podcast a month ago with actually, I just got his memorable hunt finished. I didn't post it yet. Dustin Rifkin, who's not known. He's a guide out in Wyoming, and his podcast was a journey to becoming a hunter. And so he went from living in the rural area of Milwaukee, didn't have any parents that hunted, and taught himself how to hunt everything, and eventually just started hunting elk in, I believe it was Colorado, and got surrounded by coyotes on his first elk hunt. It's a crazy story. He's got some really good stories, but now he's a guide. He's hunted so much. He's a guide. He hunts bear, and he hunts elk and mule deer, and he's on Wyoming. So that was a really cool episode we did with him a few episodes back. I just love hearing about this stuff. So yeah, if anybody can do it. Oh, you meant OKS. Yeah, that's awesome. So there's Where to Hunt, which is where you're at right now, and then OKS Hunter is one of the brands that I'm part of. So in fact, this is the OKS Hunter podcast studio, which is why I got that 7-point back here on the wall. All right, 2 more minutes, guys, gals. I'll give you 2 more minutes to make a call. You can call in, shoot the shit. By calling in, you'll be on the podcast tonight, and you'll be entered in for a chance to win some heated hunts sent to Spencer or some other products of theirs. So phone number I just posted. There it is, 757-4122. If you call in, I'll see you come through, and I'll bring you on the thing. And then I'll probably end the Instagram because you guys won't be able to hear the caller on Instagram. But if you want to, you can head on over to Facebook or YouTube and you can hear the caller. It's pouring again. It's just piss and rain. Actually sounds kind of nice. I don't know if you guys are picking up any of that on the audio. All right, Hunter Sense TV, I'm waiting for you guys to call, and if you do, I will grab it. I'll give you 1 minute here. If you don't, I'm going to cut the live feed so I can get ready for the 7 o'clock show. Just got to get past the call screener. I got a robotic screener, so it'll make you, say stuff about who you are and where you're calling from and all that jazz. Maker's Mark Twain. Sounds like you like whiskey. Or is Maker's Mark bourbon? I think it's bourbon. Okay, just another minute here, and I'm going to let everybody go. Yeah, I've actually done some fly fishing on some streams that we have here. I haven't caught any brown trout, mostly smallmouth, although we did try to fish for trout. I just am not that great, so there's a lot of brook trout. Here we go. So we got Aaron from Cincinnati. Hey, Aaron, you're live on Rut Club Radio. What's going on? Hello, can you hear me okay?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
There you are. Doing good.
Sorry, I just got connected here.
Rock on. I'm going to end...
I was just watching your live stream there.
It's pretty boring when it's just me. But thanks for calling in, man. So
I'm like, shoot, we gotta give this guy someone to talk to, right?
That's it. That's what I was waiting for. So you guys are from Cincinnati?
Yeah, Cincinnati. I grew up in Cincinnati. I live down in Alexandria, Kentucky now.
Oh, rock on. Okay, so a little bit. So did you grow up hunting Ohio? Now you're in Kentucky?
So I grew up hunting in Illinois. My aunt has some land out there, and that's where I really got started with the deer hunting and stuff like that. And once I moved to Kentucky, you know, I sort of had these opportunities fall into my lap where I was able to hunt a little bit more, and you know, really took that to a next level. And then up until last year, you know, I created this Hunter Sense TV, this page and quote brand, I guess, that you know, we can just share our experiences with. It's me and one other person now, but I've been having a blast doing it this past year, and starting our second season now.
That's awesome. Season 2. Super cool. What are you calling it? Do you have a name yet for the season?
I don't. No. So I'm still pretty new to all this stuff. You know, there's been, I've thought about a couple things. You know, last season it was actually pretty hard. We struggled pretty much all season. The main property I hunt on, I went, let's see, the whole season I probably saw 3 bucks total, and that's all sits. So it was pretty rough, but I took a crack at public land hunting the first time last year, and you know, I've tried to be like a sponge and soak up as much information as I can. You know, I watch a lot of the hunting public on YouTube. You know, those guys seem pretty knowledgeable, and just trying to take as much information in as I can. So I have that, you know, flexibility to go to whether I want to hunt another state and have the opportunity to hunt on public land, just being able to do that without any prior preparation.
Yeah, no, that's a pretty big, that's a steep challenge. Good for you, man. And the hunting public guys are doing it right. You know, I've had a couple of those guys on, Zach and Aaron on the show. I think Zach's been on twice and Aaron's been on once. They know their stuff. Good guys to follow for sure. What are you doing this season to try to prep?
Yeah. So Kentucky, we actually, I mean, we're morphing into the, prepping stage is a little over. We had our opener on Saturday. And let's see, on Sunday evening, my buddy Nathan, who helps me run this account, was able to take a doe, which was nice. You know, it's always nice to get meat in the freezer early on, and, you know, it takes a little bit of the stress out for, you know, us hunters who really rely on deer meat and stuff for, you know, I don't like buying beef and stuff at the store when you can just go out in the woods and get it yourself, right? So
for sure,
blessed
dude,
to have
absolutely,
that. The only issue is, and I've been so frustrated about it. We brought the camera out and everything, all my camera batteries, the GoPro was charged, we were ready to go, and we started walking out to the stand, and I realized that my SD card was not in my camera. And so what I had to do was pull like one of the crappy SD cards out of a trail camera and use that. And I was watching the footage yesterday, and it is crap. It just can't keep up with the speed of the camera. It's all grainy, and so not a good start, but you know, what can you do?
That's rough. But yeah, you're right. I mean, you gotta stick with it, roll with the punches, and you know, we've had our fair share of that kind of stuff. Episode 100 was like, I think we're on episode 150 or something now. So I was sick. I lost my voice, literally couldn't talk, which as a podcast host, that's a problem, right? And then, you know, our equipment crashed and I was running a GoPro. I run a GoPro to do the filming here, and yeah, it didn't go well. It was pretty bad. So I know what it's like to have shit just not work.
So this is funny. I actually just saw you guys, this Where to Hunt. I'm actually downloading your app right now. It's funny because I saw I stumbled upon the Okayest Hunter podcast. Or the Okayest Hunter, I guess, Instagram page. And I mean, I was laughing my ass off at some of the posts. I was just like, this is hilarious. We need this type of content. You know, you can't follow all these accounts, just people just killing these big bucks and stuff all the time. It just, a lot of people can relate to the fact that, you know, not everyone gets the opportunity to kill a 200-inch whitetail deer. So, I mean, I love that page. Just keep doing what you're doing, because that's hilarious. I love it.
Rock on, dude. That means a lot. You know, we're not that funny. At least our wives don't think so. And, you know, we're just repurposing stuff that's already funny. So it comes naturally. It's just like, oh, well, every time I watch a YouTube video, I'm like, oh my God, this is totally an OK Center thing. And then we do our thing. It's super fun.
Right. Yeah, where are you guys based out of? Where are you going to be hunting this fall?
Yeah, we're in Wisconsin. So right in the middle of Madison and Milwaukee. So we got a lot of public land around here. Probably a little bit more towards Madison and beyond, towards the driftless area than obviously Milwaukee. And of course, further up north, we got plenty of land too, but there's less deer up there and more predation also. So for us, I hunt pretty close to home for bow hunting. And then for gun, I head out to the western part of the state where the Mississippi meets the Wisconsin, and, hill country, bluff country. It's beautiful, if nothing else. So at least you get some good sights. But yeah, that's our whole shtick out here. A lot of public land, public. So I have very little, if any, access to private property. If I do, it's few and far between, and it's hit or miss. So I just focus on public land.
Oh yeah, no, that's awesome. Growing up hunting on private land and stuff, it truly is a blessing. When you're younger and stuff, I had no idea what I was doing. I was trying to learn from the older guys and stuff like that. But once you start taking it to the next level and really taking it serious, and I say this within reason because we have a YouTube video that we posted last year. It's like our best video on our page, and it's from an Illinois hunt that I filmed my cousin-in-law shooting this buck last year. And I never really buy this year. I might, but archery tags for out-of-state Illinois are just crazy expensive, so I never buy them. I usually just get a doe tag, and I only shoot one just to have fun. That's where I've been hunting my whole life. But it just kills me that these people were commenting on this video and just giving so much crap about this deer shouldn't have been shot. I would consider it a decent 8-pointer, and people are in the comments railing me, telling me to go back to Kentucky and quit ruining their deer herd and stuff. And it's just, I think sometimes things like that hurt the community more than they'd like to think. But
it's the neck trying to bite the head off. We're all on the same team, right? It's ridiculous. I hear you.
Right. And it's just funny. And I reply to the guy, I'm like, I don't know if you watch the video or are familiar with us. I was like, that was not me who shot that deer. It's not like he was trying to make it seem like I'm an out-of-stater and I came in and just shot this buck. And I'm like, you probably live on the other side of the state. Why does it matter to you, first of all? And if it's private land especially, it's like it blew my mind. And I think it's really easy to get caught up, especially in modern day, social media and sharing your trophies and stuff on Instagram. You want to be able to kill a big buck, I'm sure, yeah, like everyone does. But I don't think that us as hunters, that's necessarily healthy for us to all be in that mindset. I think there's a balance, what the QDMA does and stuff like that. There's definitely a balance, but at the end of the day, I don't think you should ostracize someone or hate on someone for not killing a huge buck or shooting a 3.5, 4-year-old buck.
I agree 100%, man. That's the whole mantra for OK's Hunter, right? Our mission is to end buck shaming, and we're doing that a little bit through humor to draw people in, and then from there it's like, we have an army of followers that, hashtag no buck shame. If you see something like that going on, tag it and we'll get after it, Kill them with kindness is kind of our whole philosophy there.
Yeah, right.
Because
hey, we all know from experience those older big bucks, they taste worse. We all know that.
Yes, it's true. That's true. They're harder to drag out too, Definitely worth it though. But dude, thanks for calling in, man. We're gonna go live again at 7:00 with our guest Full Draw Assassins tonight. We're gonna be live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and then the podcast for us gets produced the same night. So this will be in podcast land some point in time before midnight today.
Well, awesome, buddy. Yeah, thanks for having me on. Those guys over at Full Draw Assassins, I'm pretty familiar with those guys. We were in a mutual group and stuff like that, so I've been following them for a while, and that's actually, I saw you guys post that, and I've been looking into your stuff all day. But yeah, I'll definitely stay tuned for that. Again, thanks for having me on, and good luck this season.
Yeah, rock on, dude. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, have a good day.
You too. All right, everybody. With that, that takes me to where I need to go to get on to the 7 o'clock show. So till next week, stay tuned. Have fun.